Hey everybody, Mike Jones here. You are tuned into uGospel.com, and today we're going to speak to a woman who actually needs no introduction, but I'm going to do one anyway. She is a multiple Grammy Award-winning gospel superstar who comes from a family with a long history in the gospel music industry. The one and only Mrs. Karen Clark-Sheard. Karen, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
And that's always great to hear. And the reason why we are on the phone today is because you are ready to release your sixth solo studio album, Destined To Win. Are you excited about that?
Oh, yes, I am so excited. Yes, I am. I'm excited because I'm just ready for the people to be blessed because there's a great message coming throughout this whole record. So I'm excited.
And I'm excited, too, because I actually went to the live recording that you had in Chicago at the House of Hope Church, and I already have kind of a preview of what the album is going to sound like. You know, of course, I didn't hear the finished product yet, but I'm excited for the people to hear this as well. And, of course, we all know you teamed up with Mr. Donald Lawrence again to produce this project. So what was it that got you to get back in the studio with Mr. Lawrence?
Of course, Donald Lawrence is he is just like, first of all, a brother to me. And, of course, he is a genius. I admired him for years because I have watched him throughout the years of the impact that he made on not only the gospel but secular as well. You know, I respected him for his professionalism. His work is just that he does with excellence is just second to none. And I mean everything. He's a perfectionist, and it's just everything that Donald Lawrence put his hands on turns to gold. And of course, my mother always said, you hang around people that's going to help you get to your purpose or get to your destiny. That's the reason why God puts people and places people in your life. So Donald Lawrence is one of the persons that I know has been a part of the success of my career because of what he brought to the table, and of course through the business aspect of it. Of course, he's been an advisory for me in my career as well because he knows the business, and I'm telling you, I have high regards and respect for Donald Lawrence. We have a jail, of course, as you know. Finally, Karen was my most famous CD that pretty much crossed over, and of course that went crazy. That album made gold. So it's just amazing to see that Donald Lawrence has just brought so much to the table, and part of the I have to give him credit for the success that's taken place in my solo career, and he's just, we have something that this is like a joint duo. This is like a duo that no man can come in between. You know, if you have something that started with you that worked, don't stop it. Keep it going. So here I am again. Here it is today. I made another CD, and it's like I'm just so happy about what he brought to the table with this CD, and it's just exceptional. The message it's almost like he knows what's in my head. He knows what message I want to portray, and God confirmed it because a lot of what I wanted, I didn't even get a chance to talk to him. He literally asked me. He said, "Okay, I just pretty much say, Donald, I believe in you. You know what I like, my dislikes." And he brought music to me, and pretty much what he brought to me, that's why I learned to pray that God give me direction, that whatever happens, it's in the plan of the destiny. And when I prayed, what he brought to the table, all of those songs are songs were in messages that I actually preached. So that's how I knew it was a confirmation for us to work together, and that what we had planned to do, the songs we had planned to put on this record, it was meant to be. So that's how I know that this is something that God put Donald and I together, and I will not stop it until God says it.
Could you tell me in your own words why you chose to title this new album Destined to Win?
We actually came up with Destined to Win because I figured that would be a great message that everybody can relate to, especially in this day and time. We need a message that's a positive message. There's so much negativity going on, and society is just, it's just mixing people up, setting people back. They're thinking that wrong is right and thinking that everything wrong is okay. And it's like we have some people in this world that's standing for righteousness. Some people in this world that's standing for integrity. And of course, people in this world that have goals and dreams that they want to meet, and without the negativity. So this is just a message to everybody to say, you don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams and hopes. Just don't settle. And that's what the world is doing. They're just settling for whatever society is offering them. You don't have to do that. You have to stick with what the purpose God has for your life. So you're destined to get to that place of where God has created you. Not what you created for yourself, but what God has ordained for your life. So I believe that this is a great message for this day and time, because we're all destined to meet our goals and to get to the purpose of which God has, why He created us. So I think that's a message that when they first pick up my CD and see that title on there, they can literally, it can relate to them.
Yep, and it can let them know what they already are in store to hear, a message that's going to let them know that they are destined to win.
Yes, absolutely.
Who else did you team up with for the album as far as production and even collaborations?
As far as production, of course, I was excited about my son, Jay Drew, who is, I'm just so proud of. See where, I look at my family, and God has just blessed us with, it's like you hear about generational curse, but God has placed generational blessings on our family, and you just see the musical ability that God has given, even in our bloodline. I look at my son, I look at my daughter, and just stand so proudly. I'm godly proud of them taking what was instilled at the seed of their mother and their grandmother, and to just take that seed and just see it, come to fruition in an unbelievable way. And of course, he was one of the producers on this record, and of course, he just did an exceptional job. He produced one of the songs, My God is Big, and he was in the studio telling me what to do, and I've been in this business for 40 years, so I had to literally give him the respect of, wow, he has grown into his own now. Awesome producer, so he did a great job, so I was godly proud about that. And I was godly proud about my daughter. Of course, she came up. She said to me, Mommy, this is your night. I don't want to sing. But I put her on the spot and made her come up. Actually, the audience was chanting her name, Kiara, Kiara, Kiara. Yeah. I was like, wow. I said, see, they love you. I didn't do it, So that was great to see, her come up. And my sisters, that was a memorable moment that night, just to have my sisters come up and have my daughter come up. And that alone just showed me, God is not through, even when you feel like, because sometimes we have our moments, the older we get, God, it's nothing but God gives us grace to stay relevant, and that's why we have to be strategically smart as we grow. You got to grow with the waves. So that's why we call Down on In, to help us stay relevant and to just see, that when my sisters got up that night on a song that they did not rehearse, and I'm like, wow, this is just, God gave us this gift to come and just work with we were spontaneous about singing that song, and the Clark sisters flavor came out, and my daughter, her flavor came out. So it's like God was just, granting me that my desire is that night would be just successful, and just seeing my sisters there, that was a great experience again.
With all due respect, I do want to say, as long as you can sing, the staple that you put on in this industry, Mr. Sheard, you will always be relevant,
Wow.
regardless of if you hum on the album or whether you decide to actually sing. You will always be relevant in the music industry, based off of even merit alone. But as long as you have that beautiful voice and that talent and the gift that God has given you, you're always going to be relevant.
Wow, thank you. I received that. Thanks for that.
You're very welcome. And I also see that you did a track with Faith Evans on the album, too. So how did you two guys link up to perform together for this project?
Oh, Faith she's just a sweetheart to me. It's almost like, she calls me, she called me Mama. And it's just amazing to see, her, a woman of her caliber, and, her being loved in the secular world. And, of course, I embraced her because of, the respect that she gives me is just so unbelievable. It's unbelievable to see, a woman of her caliber, to love me and just say, you know what, you inspired me. That just does my heart so glad. That just makes me grateful, to thank God that I did something to help someone else get to their dream. I'm not taking credit at all, but I'm giving the credit to God because He gave me the gift. And that's why we got to be so careful as to how, make sure that we walk in the purpose that God created us and not put our own hand in it. We got to keep our hand out and allow God to take fruition. And so to hear someone like Faith Evans to just come to me and say, I respect and admire you, that alone is just like so, it's encouraging to me. It's motivating to me, right, to continue to do what I do. So I'm just inspired by that alone.
Now I'm looking over the track list for the album as well, and I see that you've included a performance of Andre Crouch's Where Jesus Is, as well as Richard Smallwood's The Resurrection. So what made you want to decide to include these two songs for the album?
Richard Smallwood has been one of my my favorite writers. I have admired Richard Smallwood since I was a kid. And I don't know whether it's because my sister Twinkie and him went to school together, the same school, and I just admired, I don't know, because I was always a fan of classical music. And it was just amazing to have someone who is a gospel artist take classical and mix it in with gospel, and somebody to just write like that. Everybody can write, and everybody have their own expertise of writing. But to take what you have embraced in your college days, and to take it and to just bring it to gospel music, because gospel, this industry can be hard, and for them to just embrace the excellence of the way of the writing ability that he brought to gospel music. He's brought something special. That's just my personal feelings for Richard Smallwood. I loved his writing, so I wanted to do a song. Of course, I make sure on all my CDs that he's a part of it, and of course, he wrote on all of them, and of course, this song was one of my favorites on his record, Calvary. And of course, I wanted to do that, so Donald put his special flavor on that, and he did his thing on that one. I was just so pleased. And then, of course, what was the other? Andre Crouch. Andre Crouch is one of the late greats, and of course that was Donald's idea. And I said, you know what? I grew up on this man, and he just he's the late great Andre Crouch, who has just, everybody sang his song. I sang his song when I was little until he's another relevant writer. We're still singing his songs today. So I was just so honored to pay tribute to him as well.
Before we go, I do want to say that I'm actually excited because you will be in Philadelphia on Sunday for one of your album release parties, which we're sponsoring uGospel.com. What can we expect from you at this concert? Are you going to be doing the whole album, a few surprise songs, any guests, or, what do you have lined up for it?
Oh, just a few songs I'm going to do. Just kind of bring it a new, just kind of give them the feel of, maybe some oldies and then a few of the new songs on the new record. So it's a mixture I'm going to bring.
Amen. And again, everybody, Destined to Win will be in stores, I believe, exclusively at Walmart. Again, this is the 6th solo album from the one and only Mrs. Karen Clark-Sheard, Destined to Win. Also, before we go, how can your fans and your supporters stay up to date and in contact with you through social media or online?
They can go to social media. They can go to my Facebook page. I do Instagram. I tweet. You can go to Karen Clark-Sheard, official K, and then you can, official KCS, and then you can go to Carew Records, Karew Records, and then you can pull up all of my information on there as far as social media.
Again, I want to thank you, Mrs. Sheard, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to chat with us today. Again, I'm Mike Jones. You're tuned in to uGospel.com for our exclusive interview with the one and only legendary Mrs. Karen Clark-Sheard.
Thank you, Mike.
You're very welcome. And I look forward to seeing you tear the stage up on Sunday.
Oh, thank you. Pray for me.
All right. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.